What up, peeps? Dr. Troy here. Epic day, marking it. Now, yesterday was my mom's birthday. She's been dead for, I don't know, 30 years, something like that. 25 years. She died when I was 23. I'm 53. 30 years now. Blessings to you, Mom. Happy birthday, all right? June 1st. We buried her ashes down Laguna Beach. And, scuba dive expedition, but this is not about that. But yesterday I knew it was an epic day, and I walked out on my job. Basically, I quit because I didn't like the way the boss was talking to me. Now, in his book, he's got a whole chapter on that, like fire your boss, don't put up with bullshit. And look, everybody's a narcissist. We need it for survival. If you're not familiar with what that term means, psychological term, it's a control freak. Now, there's varying forms. Everyone needs to control, their own bodies and their own space and their own climate, I guess, in your bedroom or, your own thoughts. But, if you're out of control, like you're a total control freak, it becomes pathological and will manifest. And, you can't see your own flaws. You think you're always perfect. You can do nothing wrong. You can't take advice. I personally was accused of being uncoachable, but totally not true, of course. Totally coachable. I'm the easiest coachable person there ever was. And just some, gaslighting, right? Like narcissists don't see reality. They have their own version of reality. And sometimes it's hard to get them to see reality. If it conflicts with their grandiosity, right, and their pomposity or their, self-centered view where they're on top, where they have power. They tend to be energy vampires, right? So you want to avoid these energy vampires. You got a jerk boss, maybe that's a negative vibration trying to shift you to a better job where you can work easier, work less, make more. And so that's always what it's about, upgrading. The first time probably, I recorded here on the dunes a couple years back, right at the beginning of COVID. I had lost my job over the face stupidity and all the stupidity, I guess. And that was a good paying job. I was making $14K a month. This job, lucky if I was bringing home 54, 53, something like that, pretty low. Couple of measly bonuses too, and it's kind of like, I don't know, somehow I got less on my paycheck and then they gave me the rest and called that a bonus. So whatever. But yeah, it's a celebration. I called my buddy Drew and he's like, congratulations. I walked out, like I said, I walked out yesterday. Basically, I guess anybody really watching this knows I'm a chiropractor. And so, we got the face paper on the table. Of course, with COVID, we had to sterilize the table after every patient, like that ever happened anywhere. All just for show, pretending to wipe the tables down and create some pseudo-sterile environment. But, look, most of the tables have a roll of paper, and you just rip off a piece after the patient. If I got 20, 50 patients and they're all coming in and I'm in a hurry, right? I'm gonna want to get the patient up off the table quick, change the paper and get someone else down, because if you take 2 minutes to come in and say hi and take off your clothes and and relax on the table, that's 2 minutes wasted that I could have adjusted somebody else or two other people even, because we do it pretty fast. And so they cluster book over there in Santa Cruz. And what does that mean? That means when people come in, they all come in at once. So they'll book, 4 people to get adjusted at 10 o'clock, 4 more people at 10:15, 4 more people at like 10:30. So yeah, basically give you 2 or 3 minutes to adjust each person. I'm getting a call from my friend Monty. We're playing a little phone tag right now. So I'm tempted to cut the video short or pause it, but I feel like I'm on a roll. So I'll call him back. He might even subscribe and watch this video. He's likely one of the watchers. And I see another person on my path. No mask, that's good. A lot of time coming here, I was seeing that, which is horrific in my escapeville. But we're getting close to the top. I'm way out of shape. You can see what I hiked up already, and I'm feeling it. Haven't done any extracurricular activity. Certainly not been working out much. So it's good changing the routine. I'm working hard on the dollars. Now we got to work on the health. Whew. I hate to tell you how much I weigh. Hi, you guys. I'm filming for YouTube. They all wish they were here with us. Suckers. So, truth be known, I'm about 20 pounds over right now, 170, which is good. Because a lot of y'all are considering true cellular detoxes and, you know, heavy metals on the brain, using some supplements like molybdenum, bentonite clay to draw out the toxins and the metals. Probably a good idea. I've done a lot of it. I was having bentonite clay and, you know, smoothies pretty much every day for a bunch of years. I mean, I get a little brain fog. I get a little tired and run down. Since COVID, I've been eating crap, so their plan worked pretty good. I went from eating sprouts to eating fries and crap. And then the new job stress, plus opening my practice. If you remember my old channel, or even on some of my other videos, I'm talking about looking for property and trying to open a practice. So we've been open now 6 months. It's real slow, but it's picking up. It takes time. Referrals are the best, so please refer. Not to sound desperate, right? Not to beg, but we want to help more people. I'm here to help people. And so help me help people. Help me help your friends. Don't let them suffer. You know, I can sit here and brag and sell myself, and it's not about that. You know, it's really, I mean, it's just braggadocious, but how do I sell it? I mean, I could sell chiropractic, right? But I got to kind of sell myself and say things like, oh, I'm a good adjuster. We get great results. We get miracles. Man, people get out of pain right away. Back pain, boom. Herniated discs, bam. All about it. You know, and it's not that expensive. I mean, $100 a visit? That's way cheaper than a dentist or any other doctor out there. You know, if I can get you better in 10 visits, 20 visits, a couple of G's, heck, man, keep you going for another 10, 20 years maybe. Anyway, this video is about the beach. Now we're hitting the wind. So I guess I'm going to have to wrap it because I know it's annoying. You just hear the wind, right? So the microphone, I guess, depending on what angle I go on, all you're going to hear is the wind now. But I'll give you a little more view of the beach. There's San Francisco in the distance. Beautiful day, June 2nd. This is a great celebration. I'm glad to be here. Whew, I'm glad I stood up for myself. I'm a bit of a codependent. So, you know, narcissism, codependency. There's tons of YouTube videos out there. I recommend Lisa A. Romano. There's another lady, psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever. She's Indian. I don't know if her name is Patel, probably not. Can't remember. But she's popular on YouTube. Punch in narcissism, it'll come up. All right? And maybe you're a codependent like me. So what does that mean? I put up with too much bullshit, right? Like I'll suffer an intolerable boss, condescension, you know, whatever. I don't really take it too personal. You're paying me to take it and tell me what to do. So I don't need a please and a thank you. But I do kind of want to let you guys know what just happened, why I walked out. I walked out yesterday. Well, let me give you a quick shot of the beach on the top here, and I'll try to duck out of the wind so you can hear me better. So for right now, turn down the audio. The wind is whipping, but turn up the visual. See the bay? Monterey Bay, baby! So I'm standing on the dunes in Marina, California. That's Monterey Bay and Pacific Grove out to the point. What a beautiful area I live in. I spend tons of money to live in this neighborhood. And I don't even have, you know, the poshest of digs, the poshest flats. But I ain't complaining, it's pretty good. And guess if you're making 200 G's, the rent is totally low, pretty manageable. But if you're making like 50, 70, that's like the range I'm in now. And, you know, I'm off Tuesdays and I do half a day Friday, so it's really only 3.5 days. So 75 G's for 3.5 days isn't that bad. I can't complain, but I work really, really hard for that. And, yeah, it's still not the rate that I'm used to, so I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled on the beach. All right, so I walked out yesterday, right? And then I was torn if I should go back, right? Basically, chiropractors with the face paper, not a big issue, right? Like occasionally I might forget to take the dirty face paper with the, you know, dirty face oils, right? And put clean paper for the next patient, right? And then they go to lay down, they see that and they go, oh, you know, and they remind me and they change it 2 seconds in their face, right? Like that's, after thousands of adjustments and 8 years practicing, you know, that's been about the extent of it. So here, they don't use the face paper rolls, they use squares. So I have to reach over on the wall, sometimes walk 2 or 3 feet to get a square, and then replace it. The squares melt instantly. Okay, people are sitting on them with heat, and they're lying face up. We call it supine, and they're heating up for 5 minutes before their adjustment. Nice, little neck pillow, the whole bit. But when I go to adjust them, I throw all that shit aside. It's got to be off the table. I can't have all these pillows and heating pads on the table. I mean, I guess the heating pad could stay on there. And then, yeah, the face paper usually melts, so I got to grab another one. Not the end of the world. The problem became that 10 people come in at once, or 4 people come in at once, and I have 2 minutes each to adjust them, basically, 2 to 3 minutes. Then they ask me questions. Hey, doc, what about exercises? What about my pillow? What about my sister? Hey, what about psoriasis? What about arthritis and my, you know, and my diet? And, you know, why does my neck still hurt? How long is it going to take to, you know, fix it? And I have to dodge all those questions because I got 2 minutes. If 4 people come in, and I do everyone in 2 minutes, 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes before I get to the last person. If I do them in 2, it's probably 3. So it'll be 10-minute wait. Not the end of the world. You're on a heating pad. Some people are not in a rush. No biggie. But they're obsessed with banging them out, not talking. We run drills. Don't talk to the patients. Don't talk to the patients. So I'm in there ripping. And then if they're face down and I crack their neck and I'm done, I pat them on the back while they're face down and I run out of the room. I'm out. All right, have a good day. And I leave them there, you know, with their face down in the face paper. And they're like, oh, it feels so good. Can I lay here for a couple of minutes? You know, not everybody says that. A lot of people get up right away and the face paper sticks to their face. So I could grab it. And the tables in this particular practice, super low, right? So ergonomics, right? You have to have ergonomic friendly work. Now, if you can't make changes, like some of my patients shout to you, you know who you are, like working at the dental assistant, okay? And then you're standing there leaning over someone's mouth all day, you know, hovering, trying to get an angle and a view. And, you know, you're looking down all day. So bad posture. And for me, with tables down 12 inches off the ground, I can drop all my body weight on top of someone and get their pelvis adjusted or sacrum and use a lot of force and leverage. That's a great thing about a low table. But then I'm bending over a lot. And if I'm adjusting necks down on the ground, like, I got to really bend over. So obviously it makes more sense to have the table at like waist height or something, right? Not down below the knee. Yeah, so there's bending down. If I'm doing activator on patients, I'm leaning over, looking down for 2-3 minutes, and then into the next room. I get like a 30-second reprieve, but basically my neck is in flexion all day. The worst. It's going to cause arthritis and kill me. So, you know, I either have to not look down or get a new job, right? And that some of you are in that same predicament, and it can be tough, man. It's scary. It can be scary. I have faith in God, and my friend Drew was like, yes, glory be to God. Congratulations, you fucking walked out on that stupid job, right? Like any job, even if it's a good job, you're walking out on it, it's not good for you. So how good is it? You know, pay might be great, but you're not happy. The last job, I was making 14 G's a month. I'm in the room, no windows, no skylights, no sunlight. I don't know if it's day or night. And then the one picture fell off the wall. They didn't rehang it, so I got no paintings. It's worse than jail. And then no music, right? So I bring my own on the phone, and then they started protesting that. Once he told me no music, I was like, this is over. Anyway, back to the last job that I just left today. Yeah, so let's do, yesterday was Tuesday. No, Monday was Memorial Day, so Tuesday was our first day back. It was pretty light. And then, I don't know, I mean, he's always criticizing something, right? Not fast enough, you talk too much, right? It's always the criticism. And I get it, there's limited time, they can't be blowing smoke up my ass on what a good job I do all day. But I guess it was yesterday, yeah, Wednesday, and I banged out like 50 or 60 adjustments from 7 a.m. till noon. And then he came in and he did like a dozen or so, but I did the bulk of them, the majority, and I was ripping, and he's always giving me shit about speed. So it's kind of like a competition, right? A narcissist wants to just, you know, oh yeah, you did a good job, but you know, you're still not as fast as me, kind of thing. And so he's always digging me, whatever. Kind of a friendly competition, even though it's derived from a bad place. It's unhealthy competition. And yeah, so he's like obsessing on the heating pads, the patients, you know, take it off the table and throw it on the floor. He wants it in this bin, so it's not on the floor. Okay, great. So when I take it off the table, I'll try to throw it in the bin, right? But then I got to pick it back up from the bin later, so I got to bend over. I'm creating double work for myself. So now, if it's on me, it's like, okay, I'll leave the heating pads on the table, right? And then he's like, look, you don't have to make up the tables, pick up the heating pads from the floor and the pillows from the floor. If you're bending over too much, it hurts your back. Just grab the face paper, right? You don't have to bend as much. Like, is that too much to ask? I get it. No, not too much to ask, dude. I'll grab the face paper. But when you're rushing me and you have the CAs, the chiropractic assistants, coming behind me with a timer and, you know, reminding me, beep, 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 you're over 2 minutes, right? Go faster, go faster. I've been getting criticism for 6 months to go faster, right? Now, I can't go lightning fast if I got to wait 30 seconds for the patient to get up at the end. Maybe a minute if they get up slow, right? And so, you know, and then sometimes the patients throw the freaking heating pad on the floor, right? Who gets the heat? Me, right? Oh, I told you 17 times to, you know, pick up the face paper, and yet you're leaving all the face papers. Like, oh, I have to pick up after you all day. Yeah, because I was fucking ripping, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for that shit. I'm a fucking chiropractor. I'm not a fucking maid, right? And yeah, I could pick up the face paper. Why don't you book the patient so I have 5 fucking minutes? And then I don't have to worry about rushing for 30 seconds. And I can clean the face paper and do it the way you want. So I came in this morning, right, after walking out yesterday. And then I was like, all right, we're going to have a meeting, you know. And then I seen him at breakfast. He didn't say shit. And there was bad energy. And then at 12, he goes, okay, let's have a meeting at 12:30. So, like, I'm going to go grab a quick lunch, you do the same and come back. And then I'm all anxious. I didn't eat lunch. So I sat and waited for him to come back at 12:30. And then we have the meeting. And he's like, can we work together? I don't know. You know, I was like, I don't know either. Let's try to figure it out. Right? I was like, you know, if I'm untrainable, I guess it's not going to work for you. You probably can't change that. Right? And my rules are pretty simple. Just be nice to me. Talk nice to me. If you fucking mistreat me or disrespect me, I'm gone. I don't give a fuck. Right? Like, you want to disrespect me and you pay me, you gotta pay me more. Look, you come pee on my face, all right? But that's like 10 G's. Now, I'm not putting that out there. All you people with 10 G's, don't start lining up, hitting me up and jumping into my DMs or whatnot. I'm not into golden showers, all right? Let's make it 50. But, you know, I mean, there's a price for everything, right? You want to disrespect me? That's fine. You don't have time for bullshit? Fine. Double my salary. You could almost talk to me any way you want. I mean, on that job, I was making 14 grand. They did double my salary, and it was intolerable because there was no windows. I felt like I was in a prison. I didn't have a freaking painting. No music, really? You know, and then I got to wear a mask. Nah, you guys are bugging. Not going to happen. You know, I'm here wishing that my practice would blow up, and the wishing, right, is keeping it from blowing up. I have to be thankful that it's blowing up, right, even before it blows up. And so being in that vibe, I can shift parallel universes I can attract with the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and be in the right place and be in happiness, right? Instead of pushing against the grain. So I feel like a real weight is lifted off my shoulders, even though I should feel like, oh, panic, anxiety, I just lost my job, how am I going to pay my bills? I'm behind on the bills, I'm struggling, but I mean, whatever, I don't even want to say I'm struggling. I let that go, right? I'm not struggling, because if I say that, I perpetuate it and I manifest it. So I'm thriving like a motherfucker, right? I've caught up on my bills. I'm paying the rent on my practice, paying the rent on my house, and it's a pretty big nut. So I'm proud of myself. I mean, I work fucking nonstop. This Memorial weekend, I worked Saturday, saw a new patient. Monday, I saw a patient. So Sunday I had off, thank God. But yeah, I'm working at this shit. I think I'm a pretty good adjuster. You be the judge, Certainly I lay it down heavy-handed, but I got a light touch too. So bring your babies, and bring your big muscular wrestling friends too. We got them. Ring ding them. So, I had to walk out. I had to respect myself, right? I can't be a codependent. Basically, after the meeting, we decided, okay, even though we were still kind of arguing, I felt like he was trying to drain my energy, right? He's an energy vampire, my boss, and then he wanted to suck me dry, and I wasn't letting him have it, right? Like, I wasn't sitting there quiet while he talked bullshit and wastes my time and tells me shit I know already. He's like, dude, I know that. You're talking to me like I'm an idiot, like I don't know that. And, that's condescension. Why don't you give me the benefit of the doubt? Why don't you treat me like I'm a genius and not explain basic shit to me? No wonder he's got big turnover. And all he can say is, oh, I'm so successful. And, okay, well, we're going to see. And, if you're watching this, Duncan, which you might be, then, if you're desperate, all right, and you don't get a better fit, I think you're probably better with a better fit. I think, you can never go back, right? It's like trying to go back with your ex. Not going to work out. So, maybe a little bit temporarily, but I don't think so. I mean, not impossible. In some universes, right, like if you double my salary, and it's funny because if you are watching this, you can double my salary without it costing you another penny, another penny, okay? Basically, you cut my hours in half, and you just double my rate. So I don't need to fucking be there, stitching all the x-rays or going to meetings and, whatever, hanging around 3 hours to see one patient. Kind of stupid. I don't even like being paid by the hour. I'd rather be paid commission. If you gave me $25 per adjustment or 20, somewhere between 20 25, will work out pretty good for me. If I did 50 adjustments the other day, that'd be $1,000 day. Now my friends make that, and like the handyman on YouTube make a fucking $1,000 a day, all right? Look it up. And I'm a doctor. I mean, not that it's oranges to apples. I gotta, compare myself to someone else and, be jealous. I'm not jealous of the handyman. I just want to make what I deserve, right? And I'm willing to put up with, condescension, the fucking illogical assumptions, and even a little condescension. I mean, I put up with it a lot until I hit my breaking point, right? And then you push my triggers, you push my buttons. But yeah, $5,000 signing bonus, I think would be good. $100 an hour as an independent contractor, and I'll just come in on those busy shifts when you need me. I should have never compromised myself to work for such a low rate. But yeah, I guess I'm a codependent and I'm searching for daddy and all that shit. Anyway, so to wrap the story, we had our meeting and, we were still kind of like, when we ended, I was like, yeah, he's like, well, we think we're going to work together. I was like, well, if you fucking talk nice to me, we'll be just fine, right? And so we kind of ended on that rough note instead of all happy and kissy, making up, hugging and shit. And then I sit there for an hour with his staff meeting, wasting my total fucking time, starving with no lunch. Not that I'm starving, but I was hungry and I needed a break after adjusting people this morning. And so, whatever, he sucked up my whole time just so he could dance around in front of us and get attention and suck up energy. Yeah. So over it, right? And then after that hour of fucking wasting my time, now it's 2 o'clock, or an hour and a half of wasting my time. Now it's 2. So I basically had a 2-hour lunch where I couldn't get lunch. And I had to have meetings. And, I guess I'm getting paid $50 an hour sitting there and listening to that bullshit. But it's torturous. And it's not worth 50. It's not even worth 100. So I'm getting ready to go back to work 2 o'clock at the shift, right? It's like 1:45 or whatever. I got 10 minutes now. I'm in the back thinking, should I go stuff some food in? But I can't even digest. I'm all anxious. I almost lost my job. I'm fighting with my boss. Right now I'm ready for the next shift. And then he admitted, right, all morning, now that I know his priority is to clean the rooms and have the pillows set up perfectly, right? And he wants them exactly straight. If it's an inch crooked, ooh, that's off. Like, are you a control freak fucking narcissist? I tell him straight up, dude, if I had an associate who could bang out 50 in the morning and the patients love him and he's always on time, all right, I don't talk back and give a lot of shit, like, I'm the fucking ideal employee, you fucking loser moron. You fucked up. Right? This is what he does. He goes behind my back after that meeting. He's belly aching from his own words because now he's apologizing to me in text messages. But I'm done ignoring him. He's like, oh, you'll probably never talk to me. Yes, I will never talk to you again. You fucked yourself. What did he do? He sends a text message to me by accident bashing me after that meeting. Right? Our consolidation, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, right? Our little happy meeting. Motherfucker goes and bashes me to his wife or whatever. He's like, just had a meeting with Dr. Troy. What a pain in the ass. And, oh, he's a genius. Shocker emoji. Like, oh my God, right? Like, emoji, whatever. Like, mocking me because I'm selling myself, telling him that I'm a fucking super genius, right? My IQ, whatever, it doesn't mean shit. Right? Doesn't mean I'm better than you. I'm not trying to brag, but it is exceptional. It is freaky. It's 186. And I took that fucking bong, hit it out of my face. So if there's any relevance, credence to that, it means I'm good at figuring shit out. I can figure out puzzles. Maybe not faster than everyone else, but I'll figure out the ones nobody else can figure out. I'll figure out the fucking math equation, whatever it is, man. Look, everyone's a gem. Everyone's a pearl. Even if I didn't have 186 IQ, I adjust like the fucking wind, right? Yeah, did I hurt some people? Maybe it was your fucking fault, right, that I'm hurting people. You're not giving me x-rays. You're rushing me. I got to rush through. Book everyone together. Yeah, you got 5 seconds. Go. Okay, great. But it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. You adjust them too much and they get sore and they cry and they don't want to come back and they want to sue and all that, and then they want refunds, and then you adjust them less and then they're complaining that I didn't adjust them enough. So, it's kind of a fucked up profession. I don't mean to just bellyache to y'all, but it's not all roses. It's not like, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm just fucking rich, and I'm a chiropractor. Oh, the grass is always greener, right? When I was selling weed when I was a kid, and my chiropractors wanted to get in the weed business, and I was like, I'm trying to get into chiropractic, get the fuck out of this business with all these douchebags, right? Try to raise my class, be around a better class of people. But, maybe that's some bullshit too. You do want to surround yourself with more successful people. They say people who are unhappy and unlucky, avoid those people. This guy's not super happy, in spite of, bringing in $1 million a year. And yeah, so pretty much a douche move to fucking bash me. I know I'm a douche for bragging about my high IQ. And, but, you put me on the spot and it's like I'm in an interview, right? Like I'm selling myself and my worth. Like as you're bashing me and telling me, I'm a fucking worthless employee, you're not sure if you could keep working with me because I don't, I don't take direction. Well, when your direction is to fucking make me a maid and you want to tell me how to perfectly set up the fucking tables over and over, right? I'm ignoring that shit. It's not that I can't comprehend it, bro. You're not comprehending that I don't give a fuck if the table's on the thing perfectly. Oh, does it matter to the patients when they walk in and they see the rooms all made up nice? Yeah, great. That, I agree, perfect. But, maybe I need a fucking assistant to follow me around and do that because it's killing my back. I'm dying. I'm like at the end of my rope. I'm in pain. I'm struggling to make it to work, to make it through a fucking shift. I went home whenever it was. Last week, I guess, early, after doing I don't even know. It was Monday, I guess I did 75 or something, or Who knows? A fucking lot. And, so I'm exhausted. And to sit there through another staff meeting and I don't know, man. I can't even get a good adjustment, right? And then after all my shit, I'm like, I'm the guy who can't take direction, right? And then you will never fucking take any input on how to adjust me, all right? The patients tell you how to adjust them and you don't want to hear it. You don't want to listen. Okay, maybe not from the average patient, but from a chiropractor, dude, if I tell you fucking T2 spinous left, right, you don't even know Gonstead listings. I hate to bash you in public, but like, don't go there. All right. You're not the authority just because you have fucking 30 years in the business and practicing. I'm practicing 8 years. So, that doesn't mean nothing. Okay. And I just got out of school. I learned all the new updated shit. All the shit you learned is old and out of fucking date. It's retarded. They taught you the opposite of everything. Rotary brakes. You don't even know what the fuck that is, right? You talk like you want to do Gonstead and then you're doing rotary brakes. Gonstead, all they do is talk about how bad fucking rotary brakes are. And you don't even have a clue about that. So keep doing your rotary brakes. Keep telling yourself you're a Gonstead guy. And, good luck with that. I hope that your next associate comes in and gets the fucking pillows perfect. Maybe they get all the adjustments perfect. All the patients love them. All the patients refer. And your fucking business should build 100-fold. I wish you nothing but the best, my brother. I wish you a good replacement. I was just a temporary, I was sent by God, dude. I was on a mission from God to help your ass. Now, I don't know if you believe in God. I know you're into Scientology, and I'm not trying to bash Scientologists. I don't know shit about it, but I did read L. Ron Hubbard, Dianetics, good shit, helped me in my life when I was early, 17 or something. I read that. Life-changing, good shit. L. Ron Hubbard's a fucking man, all right? Not bashing L. Ron. And he stuck it to the fucking IRS. I mean, legend, okay? But if you deny God, all right, the God of Abraham, all right, and I'm not, stuck on the God of Abraham because I've been to India twice and been loved by the Hindu people and had miracles with the Hindu people. I met their God. Babaji hugged me 3 times. I had 3 miracles, all right? Babaji is talking through me right now. I'm getting fucking a couple of tingles because he's still with me. I met God in person, right? In the form of a man. And I know it's hard to believe. It's some craziness. But, man, I've hugged God. I've been to the top of the mountain. I've been enlightened. I am enlightened. And I am a gift. And if you don't recognize that, then it's your loss. And you really did lose. I mean, that's like some real fucking petty, stupid shit. Like, you're sitting there telling me we had an IQ fight. I'm like, he goes, I don't give a fuck about your 186 IQ. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your IQ. He's like, oh, my IQ's 166. He goes, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, well, why are you talking about it? Right, but with his genius IQ 166, doesn't mean you're too smart to fucking text the wrong person, dude. Like, that was a Freudian slip. Like, you really just needed to tell me the truth that I'm a fucking pain in the ass, and you think I'm a fucking pain in the ass, and maybe I am. I really hope that I'm going to be easily replaced for you, and you're going to get a much better fit, and you're going to be much more successful, and that I'm going to go on to great things too. Unfortunately, I don't see that in most of the probabilities for you. It looks like you're going to fucking not struggle tomorrow, but you're going to have a few patients tomorrow, I think, that want me and don't want you, and when they realize I'm gone, they're going to be gone. So you're going to be giving some fucking refunds this week, buddy. Refund week. Oh, am I celebrating your fucking demise? Oh, what a narcissistic thing to do. What a satanic thing to do. Yeah, no, I really take no pleasure in your demise, even though it seems like it, right? But that's just nervous laughter and me venting, right? Because I'm so hurt, right? Like by the mistreatment that I got from a doctor. Yeah, I mean, I guess you should be a fucking person before you could be a doctor. Learn how to fucking talk to people. So live and learn, my brother. You lost, you fucked up. I was going to text you back. You fucked yourself. And, by sending the wrong person the text message. But you'll realize that. I don't need you. You're a genius. You figured out that you sent me the wrong text message, right? You were calling me and freaking out or whatever, trying to figure it out. I guess at 2 p.m. when my shift started, you're wondering where I was. Well, it took you an hour or two to figure it out, and then I got a barrage of messages and apologies. Over it. Over it, bro. Like, anyone that I have to fucking have an argument with and then raise my voice and get, like, upset and emotional about, I think I'm over any of those fucking relationships. Like, I don't really give a shit how much you pay me. I mean, maybe I could charge people. I'm great at arguing. That's fucking my new channel, arguments. And then I'll get a Patreon, right? You just pay me to argue. I guess that's a lawyer. I could argue for you, but I'd rather argue with you, motherfucker. You wanna spar? You wanna get your arguing skills up to speed? I'm your man. All right. Yeah. So part of me, the codependent part of me, feels a little bit of regret and like I should call him back and talk to him and maybe forgive him. But, he's not going to be able to double my salary. He's not going to be open to that, I don't think. I mean, who knows? I don't even really care. I don't know if it'd even be worth it. I got to go there and then walk on eggshells. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I go in there and walk fucking with my head held up high. I'm an independent contractor. I don't give a fuck. I'll walk out of here. I'm gone tomorrow, right? Like, waiting 2 weeks for a paycheck. Then they want me to fucking punch a time clock and, I'm barely getting my 30 hours in and I got to fucking scrape for a couple more hours because I need that $100 to fucking make it through the week. What a life of desperation. What a sad, pathetic fucking life that I don't, that I got to struggle and worry about my bills and be behind on my bills. In America, as a doctor, it's just not right. So whatever. I think there's opportunity. I still believe in the possibilities, and I'm going to make it right? I'm going to fucking make another video when I'm financially independent. I mean, I'm already rich. I feel rich. I feel like a rich and powerful doctor. I don't feel like a disempowered, child of a struggling waitress, single mom, heroin addict, all right? No, I'm done being disempowered. I'm empowered. I rose above myself. I rose above my emotions. That's how I became a doctor, right? So it's insulting to say that I can't, I'm not coachable. I'm untrainable. Yeah, change your fucking system, man. Like, good luck. I think the next doc who comes in, and it's funny, I told him, I was like, I'm not going to change my whole system for you. No, don't change it for me. Change it because it's the right fucking thing to do, because it's a better system. Oh, and then while I'm ranting, I'm going to talk a little bit about Henry Ford, right? People know about Henry Ford and his contribution to humanity. It was called the Industrial Revolution. It was sparked by his fucking genius. Now, I don't know if he came up with the assembly line, but the assembly line transformed manufacturing around the world and sparked the Industrial Revolution. It made it way more efficient, way faster. All the car manufacturers moved the car to the mechanic instead of the mechanic to the car, which is counterintuitive. You think it's a lot easier to move the mechanic to the car, and I'm sure it is. However, it counterintuitively is way more efficient to move the car and the parts and an assembly line and have people specialization. The mechanic doesn't do everything, right? They come to him, he does one thing. So this lesson has been lost on you chiropractors with 8 rooms, and then whatever, you don't want to hear shit because you've been in business 30 years and you make $1 million a year. I mean, dude, you're not fucking perfect. Your business is down to less than half. Okay, and then he's like, made statements, it never affected my health, like the table's being too low. No, well, what fucking burst your appendix? Maybe it's all the molybdenum and fucking true cellular detox bullshit supplements that you're fucking selling to everybody. I could buy molybdenum, it's free, it's fucking dirt. I could get it at any health food store for $1. And then, you want to sell it for $3,000 to people? I'm not saying it's unscrupulous, but it might be a good markup. Might be profitable. Whatever, dude. I want to bash your fucking detox program. I hope you help a lot of people detox, and I hope a lot of people learn, stuff like bentonite clay, drawing them heavy metals out of your brain. And it's definitely worth $3,000 if you save someone from fucking Alzheimer's, but You know, it's mammon. It's the worship of mammon. You know, we should be giving away this knowledge for free, right? And then it coming back to us in a village. You know, chiropractor like yourself or myself with all this knowledge and so many ignorant people around. We could be giving lectures all day for free. Thousands of people should be gathering with bands and all that. And then we just tell them how to live, right? But it's corruption, it's the money, it's the mammon, the worship of mammon, all the people at the food processing, all the processed foods, they know it's killing people, but they don't give a fuck because they're making their money, right? And, you know, and I guess you got to get yours. Got to get yours before I got to get mine. This shit happens all the time. All right, so I guess we're running to the end of this rant. And it's very cathartic, so thank you. If you made it to 40 minutes of me ranting, you're special. And I love you for it, okay? And yeah, I mean, I wish prosperity to everyone. There's a lot of gloom and doom in the world. And, you know, I don't give a fuck. I have no fear of Satan. You can suck my dick, Satan. And you're my bitch. Okay, and so if the whole world wants to worship Satan, all these fucking freaks in Santa Cruz coming in with t-shirts, Baphomet, and, you know, Satan worship, fucking pentagrams on their jackets, and bumper stickers, unfucking real. So I guess I don't have to go to Santa Cruz anymore, even though it's a special place. Maybe I'll go up there and surf, but, you know, or fucking Satan bash. Yeah, you motherfuckers think the Christians are pussies? You're wrong, okay? They're going to kick your fucking ass. They are not pussies, bro. They're not going to turn the other cheek. They're going to fuck your wimpy ass up. So, get it straight. You're empowering them with your fucking stupidity. So, good will prevail. Good always prevails. From the beginning to the end in the circle of all time. You know, just repeating itself. So, yeah, don't fall for it. It's a test for you, right? That doc, this doc, whoever, Duncan, was telling me, you know, he honored my, what was it? Integrity. My integrity when I refused to, you know, be a fucking slave and be a bitch, right, and hide these amazingly good looks. Refused to do it. So, you know, even though that ostracized me from society, right, I couldn't even shop. It was like become a survival problem, trying to fucking eat. You can't go into a store. In this world, how are you going to live, right? It's pretty tough. So thank God for Instacart. I know I'm repeating myself. Sorry to some of you people who heard a lot of this shit over the last 2 years, but I'm recapping. And I think it's going to cut off 46 minutes. We're at 42. So I just love to rant. I'll never stop. And I want to make sure I cover the main points, right? I usually digress, go off on tangents, and build up all this support to bring it home in a good point. But, you know, you got to bring it home. You got to wrap it, right? Bring it home, Troy. Bring it home. What I'm saying is I'm self-coaching myself. So bottom line, I guess, if I'm giving advice to my patients or my people, it's the same advice that was in Dr. McCullough's book. Don't put up with a narcissistic douche boss, spouse, anyone. You women who are codependent on men, I see women coming in and they seem like all their stress is from their spouse or vice versa. And, you know, these women, maybe they don't work, they get financial support from their men, and they don't think they could survive without that. I think that's a mistake, right? So don't stay in your fear. That's the trick of Satan, right? Like, I'm falling into faith. I believe in possibilities and opportunities. I'm not going to fall into scarcity and fucking worry. You know, when I lost their job 2 years ago, I was all butthurt and I came to the dunes and I didn't know the possibilities, and, you know, I could be sitting here rich right now. I mean, 2 years later, I'm definitely better off. You know, I did have some money saved then. I had a cushion. The cushion's pretty much gone. I, you know, started my new practice. But hey, I got to practice now, okay? Instead of money just sitting in a savings deposit account doing nothing, now I got to practice. So help me build it. Send your people. We got nothing but miracles, good love, and good energy. Sometimes we rock out. We got some heavy metal music, some punk, whatever the fuck you want, I'll put it on. I curse at will. If you're into that shit, all right, bring your friends. It ain't nothing but real here, all right? I'm not trying to sell you a $30,000 plan and blow smoke up your ass and bullshit you, but at the same time, I'm not trying to sugarcoat shit and, you know, Like, I'm not selling fear, but seriously, if you're not getting adjusted and your neck is coming forward, your head's coming forward, it ends in paralysis, people. It ends in death, okay? So if I'm telling you you're going to get paralyzed if you're not getting adjusted one time a week, that shit is real. I only speak the fucking truth. From God to me to you, right? The God of Abraham, the God of the Hindus, the God of the universe. The Hindus, it's not a different God. Shiva, whatever the fuck, it's the God of Abraham. Label it any way the fuck you want. It's the force. It's goodness. It's good versus evil. What does that even mean? You tell me. It's all subjective. I hope you know. If you haven't figured it out, don't worry. It's innate. All right? God speaks through you. God is speaking through me. The Holy Spirit speaking through me right now. I just channeled the Holy Spirit, and I hope it hits you. I hope it empowers you. I hope it inspires you to fucking go out there and kick some ass, become financially independent, and you don't have to take shit from anyone. Fuck the government, relying on them. I don't even want their unemployment, right? That's a fucking trap that I could fall into right now. You know, I just got to hunker down. I guess maybe I'll send out some resumes. That's kind of even a waste of time. I just got to figure out how to pump this business up or get into a fucking real business and stop dealing with people in the public, right? It's too much. It's too draining on an empath. You know, I tell myself I could do it right in my office, but, you know, I still get people who are all fucked up and they're sick. And so it can be potentially draining. And, you know, they don't all have miracles. It takes time and they expect miracles after 10 visits. Why my back's still hurting? Well, let's go take an x-ray and then I'll explain it to you. I already explained it to you 10 times, right? Subluxation, thoughts, traumas, and toxins. Not getting it? Because you're subluxated. You're having anxiety attacks all the time. It's not sinking in, right? Do your fucking deep breathing. Keep getting adjusted. You get into nihilism and lack of faith and hope, and you drop out of care, and then you're fucked. So stay with it. Chiropractic works. It saved my life. If your chiropractor is a douche, find a better one. Sometimes, you know, you've gone through it. Now you need something more, something different.